So these are the materials I'm going to be making use of. Over here I have my pattern paper, I have my tape rule, my marker pen, and of course the fabric for the sleeve. After joining the side of the blouse or the dress, the next thing you're going to do is to measure round the armhole of that particular dress or blouse. Because the sleeve is going to be a half circle, and the formula to get a half circle is the circumference of the place you want to fix the sleeve divided by 3.14. So let's say I measured and got 28 as the round armhole. I'm going to be doing 28 divided by 3.14. From my own calculation, I got 6.1 as the radius. So starting from the tip of this pattern paper, I'm going to measure and mark 6.1 round it, just like how we cut a flay, a peplum. Okay, that's exactly how I'm going to be taking this measurement. I'll measure 6.1. Look at the way I placed my tape at the tip of the pattern paper, and I'll take it one after the other like so. I'll keep moving my tape to get a very nice curve there. I'll keep measuring and marking the 6.1 till I get to the end of the pattern paper. The next thing I'll do is to draw out the curve following the marks. The next thing is to determine how long you want your sleeve to be. For me, I want my own sleeve to be 9 inches long. So starting from this curve right now, I'm going to measure and mark 9 inches. Now, if I continue marking this 9 inches from this curve, I'm not going to be having a very nice curve and the measurement will not be so accurate. So what I'm going to do now is to start from the tip of this pattern paper and measure up to that 9 inches mark. Then I'll continue with whatever measurements I get there. I'll keep marking that measurement round. Okay, as you're seeing in the video, I'll keep marking it round, like just like as I did before when I was marking the first curve. I'll just follow the measurements I got there and keep marking it round. At the end of the day, I'm going to be having a more defined curve there. To avoid confusion, I'm going to label this sleeve, and this is the part that will be on fold. I will just write on fold on this part. Then this other side is going to be open. I'll go ahead and write opened part on it. Okay, so I'll come over to this part that I labeled open. Now starting from that second curve, I'm going to come in by 2.5 inches and place a mark there. Then I'll take the measurement of this entire curve to locate the midpoint of the curve, that is the middle, the center of this curve. I'm going to do that now, and when I do, I'll place a mark at the center, at the middle of the curve. I'll proceed to connect this midpoint to this other mark at the opened part. I'll connect the midpoint to the 2.5 inches mark. So before I cut out the shape of the sleeve, I'm going to be adding 0.5 inch seam allowance to this part of the sleeve and to the down part of the sleeve as well. Just take note of the area I'm going to be adding this seam allowance. I will shade the part that I will be cutting off, then I'll proceed to cut out the pattern, the sleeve pattern. I'll go ahead and transfer this pattern to my fabric. So I've used the sleeve pattern to cut out the sleeve on my fabric, and I cut out about 4 pieces, 2 for the sleeve, that is the main fabric, and 2 for the lining. And as you can see, look at the parts I labeled on fold. I made sure to cut that part on fold, okay, and the part I labeled open is actually open as seen in the video, okay. I also ironed a light interfacing on each of the sleeve pattern. Please remember to notch the center of the sleeve, that is the middle of the sleeve, at the upper part and at the down part. I'm going to be working on one sleeve, so I'm going to pick up one, then I'll come in with the corresponding lining, okay. I'll be placing the main fabric and the lining right side facing each other, and I will ensure to match the two fabrics at the center. Remember, I notched the center earlier, so I'm going to be matching the center of the lining and that of the main fabric together. You can pin it down at this point, then I'll take it to my sewing machine and sew using 0.5-inch seam allowance. Take note of the parts that I am going to sew, that is the big part, the down part. I'll repeat the same thing for the second sleeve. So after joining it at the down part, I'm going to use my scissors to notch it round, okay. Then I'll open it up again. I'll take it to my sewing machine and top stitch this same allowance towards the lining. I'll top stitch the same allowance towards the lining. After that, I will take it to my ironing table and give it a very nice press. So this is what it should look like after ironing. See how smooth the down part looks. This is exactly how your own should be. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to open it up again. Now I'm going to be placing it right side facing each other, lining to lining and the main fabric to the main fabric, and I'll ensure to align it at the middle like so. I'm going to be closing up these parts, okay. I'll take it to my sewing machine and close it up using 0.5-inch seam allowance, then I'll show you. So this is it after sewing. I'll go ahead and trim off the excess seam allowance. After that, I'll turn it inside out and give it a very nice press. The next thing I'm going to do now is to go ahead and fix this sleeve to the armhole of the dress or the particular blouse or top you're working with. I will match the part of the sleeve without joining to the shoulder area, and the part will join into this side seam allowance, okay. And after fixing the sleeve, this is the outcome. As you can see, I've also gone ahead to fix the second sleeve, okay. Now whatever thing you do for the first sleeve, you're going to repeat the same process for the second sleeve. Now let me teach you how to achieve that shape. You're going to pick up the sleeve like so. Look at the way I am doing it. When you pick it up, you're going to take the tip of the sleeve and then bend it towards the shoulder. Just watch carefully to see how I'm going to be bending it towards the shoulder, like so. Then you place it somewhere around the shoulder, depending on how you want the shape to form. At this point, you can just be creative with the sleeve. So I'm going to use my hand needle and an invisible thread to tack it down. You can also make use of a matching thread to tack it down. After that, you can decorate it with any type of embellishment of your choice. And this is the final outcome of our beautiful sleeve. If you found this video helpful, please hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and also leave a nice comment below. And remember to turn on the notification bell to get notified each time I post a new video. See you in my next video. Bye.